guys, ILene Vick here for Teaching Adult Coloring with ILene Vick. It is Monday, July 19th at 7 p.m. Central Standard Time, and I am live. And very, very glad to be here for you guys. Woohoo! How can we not enjoy a Monday, right? Welcome to all my Facebook peeps. Good to see you. Glad you can make it in the room. Welcome to all my Facebook lurkers who watch but don't comment. Would love you have to drop down in and say hello and giggle and laugh with us and color with us and just all sorts of fun. So glad to see everybody. And welcome to my YouTube viewers. Good to see everybody. Alrighty. Come on in, sit right down. Baby, let your hair hang down. Pearly, hi. I got happy mail. Can't wait to open these. La-da-da-dum. So Pearl says hi from hot and muggy Michigan. We are under a deluge of rain. It is raining, it's raining, it's pouring, the old man is snoring. Okay, let me get these puppies open. La-da-dum. Let's see what we got. Hey, Mary. Okay. La-da-dum. Okay. So the first thing I got is I got these little miniature bees. They're little wood stick-ons. And I'll be using them on my pictures. Nice and neat opening. So I got those. Then I got little butterflies. No. Not butterflies, geez. Ladybugs in different colors. Isn't that cute? And that would be my cats playing. So I've got these. Zoom in. Zoom in. Amazon. Amazon and me, no, Amazon and I have a very personal relationship. And then I've been wanting these for a while. I got these metal keys. Hi, Amy. Amy, I thought you went out on a camping trip. So these are all little metallic keys. So I thought these would be fun. Okay. And let's see what we got here. Another little package. Oh, okay, this is my second package of my little flowers that I ordered. I got 2 of them. These take over a month to get. I don't know what the issue is, but I ordered a second package just to have them. So we've got those. All right. And then my other package. Let's see. I ordered some more of my little rhinestone thingies. Because I've been using them quite a bit. So I wanted to make sure that I have these. You've seen me use these. All the little tiny ones especially. Hello, Rita. How's my Rita doing from Santa Fe, New Mexico? So this is a backup package. All right. And then I got these little seashells. Teeny tiny little things. Well, not teeny tiny, but small. And I thought that those would be nice little add-ons. Hold on, let me get through all this plastic. Hi, Christy. I thought they would be not this hard to open up. Oh, there we go. Oh man, they really pack these things well. Whoop. There we go. So these are little teeny tiny, well, small shells. And I thought that they would be the perfect size to add on to stuff. See? So I've got that in our arsenal. And then the last thing I got, put that stuff away, is I got some starfish. Now, these are supposed to be actual, they're not plastic. Packed very well. A few of them are broken, but hey, you know. So there you go. Small little starfish. So got a lot of cute stuff. Supplies. Let me get them off to the side somewhere. Somewhere. And I'll put them in my arsenal of stuff. So I hope you like it. You know, I'll be playing with all this stuff. I love these little ladybugs. Why not, right? That we have a lot of fun. Okay, zoom out. Zoom out. And we've got our little boy here, our young man from SteamPunk Special that I've been working on. You guys having problems staying on? All right, guys. So that's what I've got. You know, I love to have fun with this stuff for you. Clear in 6. Okay, good. Thank you. Now, you guys know last night that we talked about using the mix of the solvent and the brush. Which I thought was an absolutely fantastic idea. And you guys know that I showed you how to fill that up with the little ear thingy, the ear bulb. So that's a good way to do it. All right, you guys ready to get some coloring on? Gump. As I'm knocking stuff over left and right. Anybody have any questions from last night before I start up? Okay. I'm on it. Let's get coloring. So I'm going to go ahead and grab my eyeshadow because I want to show you how to do skin with eyeshadow. Let's see what we got here. Now, I have several brands of eyeshadow. A couple of them here have a bunch of browns, and that's why I got it. So this is the Gaga brand. And it gave me a whole array of browns. And this one gave me another whole array of browns. This is what I wanted to show you. Everybody see that? So we can do a lot with that. Okay. Now, do you need all these brands? No. But I like to show what's available, and I like the variety. All right, let me get this little guy open here. You guys having problems staying online? The numbers are bouncing up and down like a ping pong ball. Okay, so I have both sides open right now. And I'm going to grab my little eye makeup applicators, which you know I dearly love. They're the sponge. And I'm going to go ahead and start with my base. Zoom in. Hello, Rhonda. Rhonda, what a nice piece you did on those pigs. Okay, everybody see how beautifully this goes on? And we've got a beautiful, beautiful base shade here for this. Jennifer, hello. Guys, you need to look at Rhonda's piglets. She framed it too. It's a gift for who is it for, Rhonda? My granddaughter. Yeah, is that who it's for? Okay, everybody see how beautifully now this eyeshadow is working for the base of the color. Well, Rhonda, I think that you did a great job. Now, Rhonda is a smart lady. She doesn't get offended when I critique her pieces. No one has, really. Let's get that little piece off right there. And guys, that's what this group is all about. The shade of the eyeshadow that I'm using is this one right here. It's very light. And when you use eyeshadow, you want to start out, well, first of all, you've got to do a test. You've got to do it on test paper so that you can check it. Okay? And the other secret to using this stuff are these sponge tip applicators. They are the best for pushing the eyeshadow into the paper. Okay. And then what I want you to do is be sure to use your brush because that gets rid of anything that could be on the surface that's loose. Well, the one thing that I hesitate on doing is I get requests for people to suggest colors. Now, if you say something to me like, I'm thinking of using, you know, blue or green or whatever, that that's fine. But when you present me with a blank page or areas that haven't been colored, and you want me to suggest colors, I tend to not do that. Oh man, everybody see how beautifully this eyeshadow is working for skin. I honestly wish more people would use eyeshadow for skin because of the way it makes the color. Okay. And the one thing I always ask on those sponge tip applicators, please reuse them as much as possible. Zoom out. Look how beautiful that skin looks, guys. Oh, hold on. There we go. Now, the eyeshadow also is perfect for backgrounds and using on large areas such as this shirt. I may do that tonight just to show you. Let's see how we got that mark on there. Now, be careful when you are erasing on grayscale because you may pull that gray right up with it. Okay, so let's do the next step on the skin. So we've got our basic color down. And now I'm going to use a nice brown. This happens to be an umber from Brett Funner. And I'm going to start the outlining process. And what you're going to do is you're going to take your brown and you're going to start with your next color. Now, this color, not only are you going to darken it a little bit on the edges, zoom in, but you're also going to bring it in on the skin lightly. And this is where you can start doing your shading. For example, to define the nose. Whoop. And this is where you'll also be defining your high and low points on the skin and on the face. So I'm going to put my shadow right there to create that nose. Everybody see how I did that? Questions? I'm making a large arc right here. And I'm going to go ahead and just put a little bit on the other side as well, up into the eye. Boom, we got a nose. And I want you to notice that the blending is extremely, the gradation from the outside here where it's the darkest to coming in, darkest to lightest. And you do not see a distinguishing line there. You don't just see a stripe. That's why, Rhonda, blending is so important. You have to, that's the #1 skill that you've got to have down. Zoom in. Questions, comments? And notice that we put a shadow underneath the hair. And I want you to also notice how the eyeshadow underneath the pencil is just picking up a beautiful, beautiful shading and combination of color. My pressure on this face is maybe a 1 or a 2 out of 10. And notice also how I'm lingering over the top of the eye. And also notice that I'm going a little bit darker right there, and that's going to start creating that chin. Zoom out. I want you to think about your face. And if you were to put your face up against the wall, what touches first? Your nose and then your chin? Hi, Dorothy. Dorothy from Minnesota, right? Now, why I remember that, I don't know, but when I talk to Rita, I keep forgetting she's from Santa Fe. Okay, I am not seeing comments, guys. The last comment that I saw is from Jennifer Sutherland, and she says, yes, I agree. Always room for improvements. I need you guys to say something so that I know that I'm seeing comments. Just say hello or whatever you want to say. Okay, Mary says here. Okay, I'm seeing Mary. Yeah, just say something, guys. Perfect, Christy. Christy said something. Okay, thank you, guys. I love you. Okay. Like I said, if you comment or say something to me and I don't answer, let me know. Okay. Everybody see how I'm adding that shading, that forward C and then a little bit of a backward C? And notice how the cheeks now are starting to protrude because I've got a little bit of extra cupping. Dorothy says, finally home from trip to Ohio. It's always good to be home. Love the picture you are doing. Dorothy, did you have a good time? Oh yeah, Pearl, the two 520 pencil set. Yep, I've had them for about a week now. Yes, ma'am, Pearl. Okay, zoom out. Let's take a look at that. Isn't that cool? Now, like I said, if you're trying to figure out the high points of your face, like think about putting your face up to a window. You've done that as a kid. What touches first? Chin, nose, forehead, right? Well, Dorothy, that's why you're watching me. You can stop and start the video, right? There we go. Pearl says she can't imagine getting 500 plus pencils at one time. Yeah, it was interesting. I had to move a bunch of things around, but it worked. Okay. Now, zoom in. Hello, Wanda. Now, this face is very popcorny. So I'm going to take my blender pencil and I'm going to very lightly blend that in. All right, our dancing lady is in the room. Although she said she didn't dance when she went out to listen to the music. Zoom in. You thought you were in the doghouse again? What do you mean, Wanda? All right, everybody see how smooth that's getting. So we've got the makeup with, or the eyeshadow with the pencil on top. Dorothy, faces are not difficult. They really aren't. I love to dance. I love to dance. All right, so let's get a little shading down underneath here. And guys, when you're doing this facial color, face coloring, I promise you it'll become second nature. But guys, we've got to turn the I can'ts into I can. You've got to try. That's the only way you're going to learn how to do it, is to try. Okay, now I'm gonna darken just a little bit at the base of the eye, or to the left of the eye. I am so tongue-tied tonight. Zoom out. Hello, Sandra. Sandra from Canada. And I've got a little bit of an area here on his chin. I want to get that a little balanced, more balanced. Unbelievable. There it is. And now I'm just going to darken the area under the lips a little bit. And underneath the nose. Right? Because you got that little divot, right? Put your finger, listen guys, put your finger under your nose, right? And between your lips and your nose. Hi, Maddie. You feel that little divot there in that curve? Trust me, do this. Wanda! She says her butterfly picture got chosen by Corinne Berry to go on the weekly banner. Oh, Wanda, for that group. Wanda, do me a favor. Tell the group how you used to feel about grayscale. Jennifer Southerly. Do this favor for me, Wanda. I want to make a point. All right. So let's move down to the arm. Zoom out. All right, everybody see the difference now between the arm and the face, right? Well, Okay, I appreciate the way you couched that. She said, I was intimidated by grayscale. ILene gave me the confidence to try it. Okay, well, that's part of it, but Wanda was willing to try. She asked lots of questions, and she has just really taken it out there. And the point that I want to make with Wanda is, if somebody like Wanda, who was deathly afraid, not deathly afraid, but deathly intimidated by grayscale, and now you see the caliber of work that she puts out. But the only reason that it's working is because she was willing to try it, and she had her failures and her successes. Not really failures. Zoom in. That's the point that I want to make, guys. So, the way that I'm showing you guys how to do this, and the fact that these videos go, or excuse me, live sessions go to video, you can do it. Okay, so darker around the outside. I've got my layer of eyeshadow. And now I'm adding my secondary brown on top. And again, oh, I know that shirt looks wonderful. And again, I'm blending it out, lighter and lighter and lighter as I go outward. No distinct lines. No wire hangers. And remember, when you make something towards the outside edge darker, it makes it look curved, right? It makes it look like it's further away from you. That's why that works. Zoom out. See how that's looking from a distance? And then when I put the shadow underneath the shirt, that's to emphasize the fact that you've got something on top of something else. Zoom in. Guys, you've got to be able to learn how to do skin. It's not hard. It really is not hard. Stop being intimidated by it, guys. La da da dum. Somebody walk through the steps that I'm showing you on how to color skin. Tell me the steps. What's the first thing you do when you're coloring skin? Okay, now I'm following the author here and putting that little bit of shadow in on the knuckles. Come on now, don't everybody clam up. All right, Maddie says tint. Right? In other words, what? You lay your base what? Base color. Then what? Right, lay down a base color lightly. Then the second step is to shade your color. So in other words, you're going to have your darker on the outside and then just go ahead and put your secondary color on top, right? Good. And what do you do about noses and chins? How do you color in noses and chins? Then add a darker color, then shade the edges with yet another dark color. Yes, ma'am. That's exactly right. That'll be my next step, is I'll be using a secondary darker color. And you'll see why in a minute. Now, this is all based on the color that you want the skin to be. All right. Actually, noses and chins need to be lighter shaded. While you're shading them with the darker color, in other words, you're putting your darker color around your outside like a C, and a backward C here, a backward C here, and a forward C here. Everybody see how that chin is coming out? Right, shading where you expect shadow. And then our cheeks, right, are going to be a little bit lighter. See how they're popping forward because I'm putting this shading around the outside. Just remember your forward and backward C's. There you go. By Joe, I think you guys got it. Now watch me do it and ask questions. All right, I'm going to blend this in because I want to soften it up because it's popcorny. And Wanda says on arms, fingers, etc., if you lay down shading on the edges, lightening up as you go towards center, you will get the effect of roundness. Yes, ma'am. Zoom in. Now, on these hands here, see, I'm going to shade off to the side just a little bit. And then we'll make that line down the center a little bit darker, a couple strokes of the pencil. Curve this around, little curving there. Follow the author here. Cool. Questions? And then on the fingernails, I'm just going to go ahead and erase that off for the moment. Although really, it was really fine the way it was because of the light brown, because young men don't wear nail polish, really don't, in this instance, don't wear nail polish. Now, see these little knuckle marks? Not knuckle marks, but finger marks. See? Look. You see that? Look, see where the black, see where that line comes in right there on my fingers? Okay, as I bend my finger, that darkness goes away. Everybody see that? Now watch. As I slowly close my, open my hand, it gets darker and darker and darker, and it looks like, see that? The folds. There you go. See? Does this help you? I hope it does, because it's a little embarrassing. Not embarrassing. Everybody see that? Okay. The things I do for my group. Zoom out. Zoom out. Somebody better give me a hug for doing that. Okay. Let's do our last arm. Zoom in. Zoom in. So let's go ahead and work on our edges here. So we'll go ahead and darken that shading just a little bit where the author did. Don't forget to turn your pencil. And remember, you're coloring your outside line and coloring over the top of it, because people don't walk around with black lines around them. And that'll give you your beginning basis for shading in towards the center. And I meant to say blending in towards the center. Okay, now on elbows and arms, I like to bring this area down here just a little bit. See how I'm creating that line right there? Okay. You know how when you turn your arm and the skin flexes with it? Now listen to me. If you're not good at skin, what I want you to do is just follow what I'm doing lockstep, and it'll start to make sense. And again, where you've outlined, you want to go back and make sure that you're blending in. You want that absolute smooth transition. No streaky lines, guys. Okay, so let's go ahead and use the blender pencil here. And get that nice and smooth. Zoom out. Zoom out. Questions? Comments? Everybody see that nice little line right here that I put in? Okay. Now, if you're happy with that color scheme, that's fine. But this is where I like to take this will be my third brown. The first color was the eyeshadow. The second color is my shading and shadowing. And then my third color will basically be my finishing coloring. Zoom in. Zoom in. Now, I've got a darker color. And this is where I'm going to stick to the outsides. This is where this is going to help you shape your final look. Zoom out. Everybody see how that dark shadowing? And see, I'm even carrying it over to the hat, underneath the hat. So we'll go ahead and pull that down just a little bit. So like I said, you could have left it this way, but this is where you're really going to be shining when you put your finishing touches. This is your darkest brown. And again, I'm heaviest towards the outside, and then I'm lightening up as I come in just a little bit. And that is really starting to give me my roundness. Everybody see that? Zoom in. And remember what I told you? That every time you stroke your pencil, you visually might not be able to see it exactly. But the color is going down on your paper. Your brain sees it. And that's what makes your pieces look really good. Some people will color until they see the actual pencil color, rather than coloring to the point that their piece all of a sudden looks good to them. Everybody see now how I'm getting that roundness on the curving on the face. Zoom out. Oh, Jennifer, I'm so sorry you haven't been feeling good. Take a nap, come back in, like you said. Love you, sweetie. Please feel better. I hope you feel better. Zoom in. All right, now I'm going to add a little bit of brown, this darker brown on the inside of the eye. And again, it's just a very, very subtle shading. And this is exactly why you don't want to be shoving your pencil into the paper when you color. I'm tinting in this last color. Everybody see that? Oh, Jennifer, I'm so sorry you don't feel good. Doggone it. Okay, a little bit of brown in the cleft, underneath the nose, a little bit under the mouth, a little bit around the outside of the nostril. I'm telling you guys, the color is there. Zoom in. Look how that face is beautifully taking shape, guys. Questions, comments, zoom out. Oop, I got a little mark here. Hold on. Blend that out. There we go. And the color that you are seeing now, the light color here, that's for your eyeshadow. And I want you guys to listen to me here. If you follow every single step that I'm giving you, which is very simple, you can achieve this exact same results. Okay? So how do you guys feel about coloring skin? Be truthful. Zoom out. Look how cool that face looks, guys. While I grab some water. Okay. Let's go down to the arms, zoom in. Okay, Rhonda says she's going to try on her new picture just starting. Rhonda, concentrate on your blending. This is why, guys, your blending has got to be, your blending skills have to be there. Okay, zoom in. Zoom in. Good, Dorothy. Okay, now this is my darkest pencil, right? Right along the edges. And then I'm going to start to bring it in. And Dorothy, like I said, you can start and stop the video when it goes to video to do yours. Did everybody see the 3 shades here? This is my lightest shade from my eyeshadow. This is my medium brown from my previous pencil. Do you see it? Zoom in. And then this is my darkest brown towards the outside. And you've got to have your blending down. Okay, everybody see how I'm working that now? Very, very lightly with the darkest brown. Multiple strokes on the very outside to give me my depth. Everybody see how this center part is becoming lighter and lighter? That's the key. And that is indicating that this part of the arm is closer to you. Hello, Jojo. I love doing skin. It lets me play with the different shades. Jojo from Australia is here. Guys, when you have that island of lighter color show up on your skin, you've done your shading correctly. Jojo. And remember to keep turning your pencil. This is going to be critical because you've got to hit those edges cleanly. Zoom out. Okay, everybody see that island of lighter skin? Hello, Tammy. So I've got my darkest here. And now I'm just going to play with this a little bit just to get these boundaries the way that I want them. Look at that, guys. Isn't that cool? Zoom out. Zoom out. Now, I want you to look at the difference. I'm doing great, Jojo. Look at the difference between this arm and this arm. Isn't that something? So we've got this face and this arm done. Da, 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 la, da, da, da. La, da, da, da. Okay. So are some light bulbs popping on how to do this, guys? Jojo, so glad you could make it. This lesson is turning into a major how to color skin. Light bulbs on here. Jojo, how could it? You just got here. Okay. All right. So everybody sees the difference now, right? How cool this looks. And the thing is, you can do this with all colors. If you're doing an African American skin, same thing. You want a light color, a medium, and then a darker color of whatever the skin is. Yeah, we missed you yesterday, Jojo. Zoom in. Okay, let me, little camera adjustment here. Zoom in. Is that too close for anybody? Okay, darkest color. And guys, the reason that I walk you through on all three parts of the skin is I want you to mentally say the steps to yourself. So you should know exactly what I'm going to be doing here. Oh, is your friend okay? That's the important part. Okay guys, this is my darkest brown, right? And then I'm just going to start creeping it in, getting lighter and lighter with it as I come in. And what I want you to see, that center portion, that island of lighter color, is going to start becoming more and more prevalent. And does everybody see why I put this one line coming down like this? It makes it look like he's twisting his arm. I want you to experiment with that. If you try it and it doesn't look good, erase it. There shouldn't be anybody. Oh, an emergency C-section. Ooh. Her and her new baby are doing great. How cool is that? Yay. We're adding another Aussie to the population. All right, I'm going to put a little bit of the darker brown across this. Zoom out. All right, now we've got that little island of the lighter color, right? It's becoming more prevalent. Why? Somebody answer that to me real quick. Dorothy, is all this making sense to you? Zoom out. Ta-da! What do you think? Yes, no, maybe. Questions, comments, confusion, clarity. So Dorothy, when I did that third arm and I was calling out the steps, were you also mentally calling them out too? Again, guys, I'm not looking for compliments here. All I want is to make sure that you understand the steps and that you can do this with any set of colors. Don't compliment me. Comment on whether you feel comfortable doing this and that you see and understand the process. It really is not hard. 3 sets of colors, guys. That's all it is. There shouldn't be anybody in this group now that can't do skin. And it's going to take practice. Wait till we start getting the eyes done too. That's going to look cool. Okay. Jojo, you need to watch this from the beginning and it'll really help you. If you guys want to make me happy, what I want to see over the next few days is I want you to grab something that has skin on it, and I'd like you to color it, and I'd like to see it. Okay, and Dorothy, you don't want to use 3. You should work on not using the same colors, okay? It's okay to shade, but you need to start using 3 different colors: a light, a medium, and a dark pencil. So I'm asking you guys to specifically find something and color it up. Okay? All right. Let's see here. So Dorothy, you want, again, instead of using shades of the same color, please use different colors. Okay, Sandy's going to give it a go. Sandy DeSanto. All right, vest color. And guys, I don't want you to be shy about your efforts. Please. That's not the point in this group. Oh, that's what you meant, 3 different colors. Okay. Thank you for clarifying that. Sandy said she's never done skin. Okay. La, da, da, da. Okay, Rhonda, on grayscale, you use 3, okay, let's say you're doing something in grayscale, and let's say you choose blue. You want 3 separate shades of blue. So hopefully we're saying the same thing. You want a light blue, a medium blue, and a dark blue. See that? Everybody clear on that? So the color is blue, but you're using 3 different pencils. Okay? And that's what we're doing with the skin. Hi, Rebecca. All right. Let's see what we can do with his vest. So I'm thinking about going with a purple on that. I'm also thinking of doing an alcohol marker. Ooh, that's pretty dark. Okay, we can do that. Okay, alcohol markers. You can either use a light colored alcohol marker and then go back over it, your shading with your pencil, or you can use a darker marker and basically let that be your color. Now, this has light and dark gray in it, so I'm going to use a darker marker. Zoom in, just for a different effect. Zoom in. And what I want you to see is, as this marker dries, you can still see the pattern underneath. It's very subtle, but it's there. Hopefully you can see it on camera. And I'm going to use a little bit of my blender to get rid of that line. You can either use your blender or you can go ahead and use a colored pencil. There you go. Zoom out. The pattern is still there. Again, I don't know if you can see it. I can definitely see it as it dries. Zoom in. Do you see it? Yes, no? There it is. Zoom in. And that's just a little blender that I'm using. Zoom out. Zoom out. And look how beautiful now that jacket is looking, guys. Zoom in. And that's the difference with alcohol markers. They are very rich in color. Now, I could have used a lighter purple, and of course that pattern would show more. But I decided that I wanted a nice, deep, rich purple. Zoom out. Yeah, Rebecca Jones says, I love the color saturation that you get with alcohol markers. Exactly. Zoom out. Isn't that beautiful? Sandra, didn't you get some markers on Saturday? You said you were getting some things Saturday? These markers are the Caliart, C-A-L-L-I, I'm sorry, C-A-L-I-A-R-T. Pearl, what did I say about questions? No one has to start her question off with sorry to ask, but. Zoom in. How do you like your watercolor markers? Water-based markers, Sandy. Have you had a chance to play with them at all? And if you slow down with your markers, that's right, never be sorry to ask. Exactly. People tend to streak with markers because they go too fast with them. Okay, Sandy says I haven't used them yet. Finished the one from Hello Autumn. Okay. Just curious. Zoom out. Yeah, Sandy says I don't color as fast now that I learned so much here. Yay! Music to my ears. Okay. Little bit of blender just to get rid of any streaks. And again, if you still have a streaking problem, you get a round 3 of, oh, Jojo says round 3 of her Happy Mail is starting to filter in. Okay, Pearl, this is a Cali Art blender, and it comes with a set. And what it does is it allows you to go over the marker that you just put down and get rid of basically any streaking. It redistributes the marker. All right, love that purple. La-da-dum. Okay. Zoom in. Zoom in. So I've got these gears here. Let's see what we got here. Maybe that's a hole. I'm using metallic silver pencil. Wanda says she's got her new project picked out and she's putting away her pencils from her last project. Yeah. Now, let's see. Let me think about this a minute. I'm going to color that in. You'll see why in a couple minutes. Have to share. Pearl says, have to share our day today with you all. Cool. What do you have to share? Okay, silver metallic on the buckle. I've got a little bit of a blue spot that I missed. Da, da, da. Hey, we're always looking for people to share good news. Do you guys know that we're almost up to 1,400 members now? I think we're 40 members away from having 1,400 members. Okay, so I put the metallic silver on, and now I'm going to take my darker gray and shade that. Well, we're growing pretty fast, guys. That's why I appreciate it when you share this video. Please share this to your timeline, guys. And this is especially a good one about coloring skin. All right, everybody see how I'm using this gray now? Over the metallic silver. I'm not completely wiping out all the metallic silver. I'm just highlighting our edges here. And then on this one here, where my gear is, we're going to go ahead and highlight that a little bit, but I have other plans for this piece. Zoom out. And let me do the buckle on the bag. This has been a really good piece to show you, again, different techniques. But especially our skin. Pearl says, Jerry was to start radiation this morning. We get to the clinic. I get all settled into the waiting room. Half an hour goes by. Doors swing open, and here comes a nurse pushing the wheelchair out with Jerry. And they didn't know about the pacemaker. Jerry got 6 weeks ago. The radiation procedure could not be done, and this week's session would have to be canceled. And the surgeon who did the pacemaker has to get all the tech info regarding model, make, etc. Oh no. Has to be faxed to her so that her tech staff can proceed to find the best recipe for his radiation. Oh. Dang it. Sandy, those leaves will get done. Zoom in. Silver metallic on the buckle. And guys, you know I would never leave the silver metallic by itself, right? We always want to, oops. Oh, okay. Didn't mean to color that. That's cloth. We always want to work with our dual coloring, right? I've talked about this lots. Well, Pearly, don't feel bad. I had something similar happen. I was supposed to get an MRI, and I have a battery implant, and so the doctor, you know, writes it up and the whole bit, and I happened to be talking to Mark about it because I didn't really think about it, and Mark said, ILene, you've got an implant. You can't have an MRI. And basically what would have happened is, had I had that MRI, the implant is on my left hip. The battery, that would have pulled that sucker right out of there. All right, see how I've got that? Nice brownish color. I will talk about that tomorrow, my plans for Wednesday. What I'm going to be doing, for anybody who has been watching, is I'm going to pull up a drawing. And for everybody that's in attendance, it will be 100% directed by you. I'm not going to pre-plan it with you guys. I'm just going to pull up, I'm going to show you the image. I'll show you what I'm interested, what part I'm going to start with, and I'll have you guys direct it. Sandy says, my husband has a defibrillator, so I understand. Listen, guys, I gotta tell you something. I love my doctors. They're great. I love the medical industry. But you have got to stay on top of your own stuff. And let me decide what color I want this belt. I'm going to go with a dark blue belt, I think. Somebody throw a color at me for this belt. Zoom out. I really don't want to do a brown because we've got lots of brown. I could do a dark gray or a black. Dark brown. Yeah, dark brown. If you have a doctor that gives you a hard time, like a dark tan leather, okay. If you have a doctor that gives you a hard time about participating in your health, then I would run as fast as I could. Zoom in. Zoom in. Now, my one doctor, if I read something on Google, for example, now listen to me. Google is not the best place to get medical advice. But every once in a while, I'll read something that'll catch my attention. And I've gone into my doctor and said, hey, I came across this information. Is it worthwhile? And he'll either say yes or no, or this is not applicable to you, or whatever. So here's my point. You see your doctors for what, 15, 20 minutes maybe? Some longer. But you've got to tell them everything. You need to ask copious questions. And you need to remember, you are hiring your doctor to take care of you. And just like when you go for a test, you cannot assume that your doctor told the people that are giving you that test the information that they need. Now, you don't have to be nasty about it, and I'm not saying that at all. I'm just saying, again, you are hiring that doctor to take care of you. And if they're not willing to entertain your thoughts, there's a serious problem there. And any good doctor worth their salt will listen to what you say and put the puzzle together to treat you. And that brings up my other point here, is don't lie to your doctors and tell them everything. And I mean everything. It doesn't matter how embarrassing it is. You've got to tell them. Zoom out. And Wilburn, welcome. Clarissa, welcome. And welcome to our group. So, you know, just like that case, if you're going in for an x-ray or something, you tell the technician everything that's going on with you. And I'm so glad you could make it. We're just chatting about doctors right now a little bit. Zoom out. I love that brown, guys. There you go. Zoom out. Oh my gosh, Wanda, I've been broadcasting live, a year now maybe? But longer on YouTube. Zoom out. And welcome to our group. Please don't hesitate to ask questions. Don't hesitate to volunteer information. Doesn't matter how long you've been coloring. If I say something that you don't understand, ask. I have a master's degree in adult education. And I love to teach this stuff. And our group is here for people. Yeah, Joe joined at the end of July last year. Anne, how long have you been coloring? Anne says, I'm new to this, love your brush, I need one. This one? Drafting brush. Guys, in our affiliate list at the top of the group, when you go into it, there's little hearts on key items that I feel are basic items that you need. So Amazon has this brush. It's got a little racing shield with it too. I love how our little guy's turning out. Oh, you've been coloring for 2 weeks? Welcome. And everything that we talk about here goes to video afterwards, and I put keywords on it. So, for example, this will say skin, coloring skin. I spent a lot of time tonight teaching that on this piece, on the face and the 2 arms. And no question is a dumb question or a stupid question except the ones that you don't ask. And if I'm explaining something and you don't understand, ask me and I will readdress it. And the reason that they call me the Queen of Custom Coloring is because I like to add extras to my pages and show you how to draw in things. This is an electric eraser. It's made by AFMAT, A-F-M-A-T. I put the black lines on there just so I could see it easily. And then I put this on here. We have a wonderful group of people. We truly are family. And if you have a question and I don't answer it right away, somebody else will. And if you ask me a question and I miss it, ask again or somebody will bring it to my attention. Point being, if you ask a question and I don't answer it, don't not say anything, please. Because sometimes I miss it, the text going by, okay? Okay. And this particular coloring that I'm doing tonight is out of SteamPunk Special by Coloring Heaven, H-E-A-V-E-N. All right, let's do our little shoulder pad here. Oh, Oh, I know what I was going to do. You guys are going to laugh. Zoom in. You know how sometimes that your skin has like little doobies on it, like moles or something like that, and sometimes they're red and brown? So I'm going to take a red marker and I'm going to put a couple of them on here. See that? Teeny, 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 tiny. That was a Sharpie marker. And then I'm going to take a brown marker and I'm going to go ahead and add a few skin dots. Now obviously you don't have to do this. Oh yeah, we laugh. I'm very serious about the coloring, but we laugh and we have fun. And where are you from? Sandy says, I've seen some books on Amazon that are greatest hits with a variety of picks from different artists. Anyone recommend one to, hold on, to get? Tennessee. And where in Tennessee are you? Sandy, you'll have to post the recommendations and we'll see. I can't off the top of my head. I have a couple of books that are like the 100 greatest hits. And Anne, what got you into coloring? Okay, everybody see these little skin blemishes now that I put on here? Guys, these are some of the details I want you to think about. Okay, let's do our shoulder pad here. Okay, Sandy, what you need to do, freckles, that's right. Sandy, what you need to do is you need to go to YouTube, put the title in, and do a walkthrough, and it'll show you all the images. Okay, this is a Ohuhu water-based marker. 2 hours south of Nashville in the middle of nowhere. Granddaughter is doing magna coloring book and said I needed to try. Oh, and the reason I'm asking, I'm in Cookeville, Tennessee, an hour east of Nashville. I need to do a magna book. Everybody see how I added those freckles? Okay, and at the top of the group is an affiliate list, and anything you buy off that list does not cost you extra, but we get a tiny percentage of the sale to help support the group. Lawrenceburg, yeah, I know where that is. I've got to do a magna book. I'll do a magna book next. Somebody remind me, please. Okay, Anne, do you have any coloring supplies? Okay, so this is water-based marker. And notice that I'm going ahead and Magna is a type of art. Granddaughter's Prismacolor pencils, perfect. Clarissa, a Magna is, somebody help me here. It's a style of art. And you'll have things like blue hair, big eyes. Cartoonish style. Exaggerated head size. Do a search on Google. Term Magna coloring books. And do you have any coloring books? Zoom out. It is the same art style, just stills instead of animated. Yeah. Do a search on Google. Sandra, good night. And I come on every night at 7 p.m. Central. Zoom in. Okay, I'm going to take a red pen. Now, as I say to everybody, and even on the intro to my group, you may not like the style of what I'm coloring, but I want you, or what I'm coloring, but I want you to see how I'm coloring it. Pearly, good night. Good night, Pearly. Good night, Pearly. Good night, Pearly. So glad you could make it tonight. I'll be on for another 45 minutes. I'm on 7 p.m. to 10 p.m. Central. Unless I'm really on a roll and I've been known to stay on later. Everybody see how I'm adding that red to this? Zoom in. And I'm even going to add some extra lines of my own. Sandy says, yay, the leaves are done. And Anne, I use lots of different mediums to color with. And we have a lot of fun. All right, whoa, let me turn you here. Gonna add a little more shading underneath the belt, or the strap here. So this is a simple, what is this, Pilot G2 pen that I'm putting on top of my pink marker. Remember, wipe off the tip. Rebecca's calling it a night. Rebecca, good night. Oh, I think this is cute. Zoom out. Zoom out. And I'll go ahead and put a double line here. I'm thinking that's looking pretty cool. You guys like it? Now remember, we're coloring steampunk here. And to me, that means a conglomeration of different things. This is stuff that may have been found on the street. All right. So now we've got our little area here. And I'm going to break out my little metal gears that I bought from Amazon. Look at that, perfect fit. I think I like that little brass gold color a little better. Zoom in. I'm thinking that's looking pretty cool. There we go. Although that color is getting kind of lost, I think I'll go back with that. And remember, add-ons are fun, but don't get stupid with them. Give me a second while I put my spillage away. So do you guys like that I put the freckles on his skin? Were you expecting me to do that? And do you like it? And would you do it? Da, 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 dum. Jojo says she loves the freckles. And these are the things, guys, I try to point out to you all the time. And again, I'm not saying that you have to do it. I'm presenting options. And what kind of coloring books do you have? All right, let me put my glue on here. Okay, done. Rhonda says not expecting it but really like it. Fits his persona. Exactly. We're making excellent progress on this. I may even finish it tonight. Except I've got to do the buttons. That's a surprise for later. All right, let's take a look at what we have so far. Zoom out. Zoom out. Zoom out. Let me pull up just a little bit more. Okay. Eyes. Let's see. I think I'm going to go with browns on the eyes just to fit what's going on. Zoom in. Zoom in. And the way that I do them is I put my dark color on the top and roll it around a little bit towards the bottom. And then we'll go ahead and go with a light brown on the bottom. Very light. Oh, that looks good. Love those brown eyes. Now, I don't know why the author made these lips so big. And I've got like 11 brands, 12 brands, and I use them by color. I do have Prismacolor. So the answer is lots of brands. I love colored pencils. I play with them all. But Prismacolors are really good brand to start out with. Let me rephrase that. They're a really good brand to have. They're not starter pencils. They're very nice, really nice ones to have. Okay, guys, a little pink on the lips. Crayolas are great. So I'm putting a little brown on the pink, guys, on the pink mouth. Because I want a neutral color for him. Yeah, starting out with Prismas, that's an awesome brand right off the bat to start with. Many people work up to Prisma. Yeah, I have the World of Color Crayolas. Personally, I'm not thrilled with them because they're very, very waxy. I'm just re-enhancing the black on there. On the mouth and the eyes. Because it got covered over with crayon with the pencils. Zoom out. I love those brown eyes. Oh my gosh. And I'm going to take my Arteza pen and put a white dot on this other eye to match the left one. And you will do very well with the Prismas. Try them out, see how you like them. All right, let's get some hair colored in. And what I want you to do is I'd like you to watch this video or this broadcast when it goes to video from the beginning. I spent a lot of time teaching this skin. And Prismas blend very well. Okay, I'm going to go with black hair. Zoom in. Oh, those eyes. So I'm starting with a medium shade of gray. Happens to be a Brett Funner. And what are you blending with? And again, guys, for anybody that's new, go into the affiliate list, which is at the top of the group. And anything with a little heart on it are the basic items that I recommend. I get questions all the time. What are the basics that I recommend? Again, I'm coming in very lightly with my gray. You have a blender pencil. Perfect. That's what you need. Well, Anne, I'm really happy that you joined the group. Again, like I said, don't hesitate to ask questions. I can answer them for you. Others can answer. A lot of people color during my broadcasts. We chat, we laugh. Boy, do we laugh. That hair looks kind of cool the way it is. We sing. Yes, we do. we stand for our national anthems. And the story behind that is I've got people from all over the world that come in here. And Sandra is from Canada. And every once in a while when she comes in, I'll go, "Oh, Canada," and that's the beginning of their national anthem. Well, I don't know it from that point on. So one night, I thought, you know, I'm going to surprise her. So I played the Canadian national anthem. Well, we've got people from the UK here. So guess what song rolled up after that? God Save the Queen. Oops, didn't mean to do that. I thought that was stuck on there already. Well, then I had to play our national anthem, of course, so I did that. And Sandra was so funny because she said I stood up during playing the Canadian national anthem. I did, I started something. Let's see here, hold on. I gotta look up something here. Jojo, were you here that night I did all that? You still here, Jojo? Okay, so I'm going to blend this with my finger just to smooth it out a little bit. So the point is, Anne, we had a lot of fun. That's what we do here. We pray with each other. We pray for you. If someone has a prayer request. Oh, you weren't there that night. Okay. All right, so you're here now, Jojo? Okay. is Australia. All right, that was the Australian national anthem. There you go. All righty. So far I think we've got everybody covered. Oh, yeah. Jojo, how'd you look? There you go. She said it made her smile lots. Hopefully you guys could hear that clearly. You guys have high notes in your anthem just like we do. Okay, everybody see now? I've added black now on top of the gray. Ann is from Tennessee, Rhonda, from Lawrenceburg, which is south of Nashville. Okay, everybody see how this black is now being added onto the gray. Yeah, the singer did have a beautiful voice. Was it nice and clear, guys? Okay, everybody see how I'm working that black in now? So the thing that you don't want to do is just slap on black to the hair. Wanda says she's working on skin on her new picture. Excellent. Wanda, are you comfortable with skin? Now we've got a lot of popcorn effect on here. And notice that I'm not trying to fill in all the picture with the black. So we see how we have the underlying of the gray. Okay. And Anne, if you're still here, by the way, we have an official group anthem as well. Which I get in trouble for playing every time. Actually, Facebook didn't nail me yet about that. It's the We Are Family by Sister Sledge. So Wanda says, I find grayscale skin to be a little more difficult than line art skin. And of course it makes a difference how detailed your picture is. And don't ever do what I just did with my hand, is brush your piece with it. No, Facebook doesn't get me for fake news. What they get me for is when I play We Are Family, it's, you know, it's copyrighted song. So technically I'm not supposed to play it, but I do every once in a while. And Facebook says, we are going to mute a portion of your video. Or they'll say something like, they'll send me an email that says, your video has been muted in the following countries, and then it gives me like a list, like Indonesia. That's kind of funny. All right, everybody see how I'm doing this hair? All right, zoom out. Zoom out. And what's the last color now that I need to add, guys, when you're doing black hair? Let's see here. Let me see. We need to get dark blue, exactly. Let me find a good dark blue. Bear with me one moment while I pull it. There we go. And the reason that you add that dark blue is that gives you the dimension of hair, because hair is not strictly black. Unless you're watching the Dallas Cowboys cheerleader tryouts and one of the ladies comes in with hair that is dyed jet black. Zoom in. there is a component of blue in black hair. And again, you want to put on a very, very light coloring of it. And you also need to remember, as I've always told you, that when you're sliding your pencil over your page, it may not exactly look like it's going down there, but it is. So when you're blending colors, stop blending it to the point that you have to absolutely see that new color that you're putting in there. You blend it until the object that you're coloring comes out the way that you want it to look. I am not pressing hard. Zoom out. Look at the difference, guys. That looks a lot more black, doesn't it? Okie dokie smoky. So Anne says, I never thought of the blue. It looks like it's working. I tried brown and that didn't work. Exactly. Black hair has an element of blue in it. And again, I'm not pressing hard at all. I'm just skimming the pencil over the paper. Quit jamming your pencils into your paper, guys. I love those freckles. Now I'm going back and I'm putting another layer of black on there, lightly. Very lightly. And that black and that blue are now working together to give you an absolutely beautiful color scheme. questions, comments? There you go. Zoom out. Now, you don't want to overcolor or else it's going to get mushy. Right now it's got a really nice streaking effect in it to look like hair. All right, there we go. And I want that brown, that shadow from the hat. And actually what I'm going to do is the gray over here, or the brown that's over here, I'm going to go ahead and gray that up to just change the demeanor of that shadow a little bit. There we go. Rhonda says, ILene, I think I picked a very difficult grayscale, but I'm going to try it from the Fine Art Grayscale too. Hi, Melba. Very smudge, blurry lines we will see. Shoot me a picture of it, Rhonda. All right. I'm having way too good of a time. Zoom in. So let's go ahead and color up these goggles. And again, come in very lightly. Melba, good to see you, as always. Well, you know, Rhonda, you're talking about the difficult grayscale. I'm proud of you for trying it. But like I said, let me take a look at it. Okay, now the back part of the goggles, I'm going to go ahead and make them a dull gold color, greenish gold. Back to my gray because I didn't catch the center part of the glasses. And then you know that I'm always telling you to use 2 shades of a pencil. So now I'm going to get a very dark gray. And use that on my shadow. Zoom in. And I'm going to use it in the crack between the metal plates here. So I used a medium gray and a dark gray on these goggles. And what I want you to do is get out of the habit of using the one gray or one color and then using it a little bit darker on shaded areas. Don't do that. If you want real cooler looking pieces, use the darker gray on the shaded areas or your darker color on the shaded areas. Obviously I'm saying darker gray because that's what I'm coloring with. See, Rhonda got the pig gray scale under her belt and now she's anxious to try other pieces. Good for you. Okay. Water-based marker on the strap. Remember, we've got SteamPunk here, so we can get away with this. Have fun, guys. Loosen up. Silver on the metal parts. And then my darker gray to highlight it and give it depth. Zoom in. Everybody see that? Quit with this one-dimensional coloring, guys. Oh, Sandy, when you do your grayscale with your Prisma, you're going to absolutely love it. It'll be like night and day. Okay. So now I'm going to use a slightly darker pink. Why? Somebody tell me. Zoom out. Sandy said, I bought some things at the dollar store to put on the hat. You'd be proud of me. Cool. Everybody see when I darken this edge, it creates that white island in the center? So it makes it look like the strap is bulging out a little bit and not so flat. Good night, Clarissa. Hope you enjoyed yourself. Hope you learned something. Don't forget 7 p.m. Central Standard Time. Zoom out. Oh, I love this hat. And this is starting to come into play and coming in beautifully because we're getting our stuff on it. Okay. Very light blue. On the lenses. And then a little bit darker blue on the shaded areas, which is the slashes for the lens. Sweet dreams, everyone. I'm back to work. Okay, Melba. Melba, are you keeping us on in the background? I'll be on a little bit longer tonight because I've only got a couple more things to finish up this hat. Can you guys stick with me? I was just curious if you kept it on in the background, Miss Melba. I'm always glad when you drop in. Okay, Anne can stay. Yeah, I won't be too much longer, guys. I'm just so close to finishing this hat. Okay, so I'm seeing this little puffy thing. Feathery, puffy. Just a very light color. With a little bit of shading. Okay, Jojo has to go. Toddler grandson on his way. Okay. Oh, Melba, we miss you too. But you know, I'm really glad you can watch. Okay, very, very light. This is called Apricot Blush. And I'm going to go ahead and put a little bit of the darker color towards the outside. Now, the thing about SteamPunk, or one aspect of it, are the wide variety of colors. Yeah, Rhonda says the cheap eyeshadow is a great tool for background like the sky plus the sponge applicators. Yeah, Anne, I want you to pick up those sponge applicators. They're wonderful. Jojo, love ya. Give that grandson a hug for us all. Yeah, and Anne, I do have some ideas for this background. Okay, so there's my very light featheries. And then I'm going to go ahead and take some pink. And just tip this with it. Be playful, guys. Be fun. So steampunk, the concept of steampunk is just some of the wild colors and stuff put together. And most people identify steampunk with the goggles. Everybody see how I'm putting that little pink tips on here? We could have done that with a yellowish orange as well. And I'm just going to put a hint, just a hint of the darker pink on the little scribbles on the inside, but not much because I don't want to detract from the tips that I put on here. Okay? So we'll put just a little bit on there. And I want you to think about stuff like this. Now, I'm going to go back with my original pencil here and go over these inside lines with it just to blend it. Remember, you can blend with your colored pencils as well. Look how cute that looks, guys, because we made a little extra effort. Zoom in. Now I'm going to take a black pen and I'm going to blacken the tips. Totally optional, of course. And feel free to extend those tips out a little bit. Questions or comments on that? See, I curved this tip around here just a little bit more. And I added more to this tip down here as well. What do you guys think of the black tips? Do you like it? Yay or nay? I could have used an orange pen if I wanted to and tipped it in orange. But I thought that the black would look cool. Don't forget you'll have to clean your pen off frequently because it picks up the wax. Zoom out. Zoom out. All right. Zoom in. Zoom in. All right, so we've got our little scarf here. Water-based marker on this one. Could have used alcohol-based, doesn't, you know, your choice. A little bit of extra shading with the same marker to make it darker. Zoom out. Any reason that I choose the marker over pencil? Intensity of color, and but pencil is fine as well. And honestly, sometimes I'm in a marker mood and sometimes I'm in a pencil mood. And if I have a smaller area like this, I'll go with the marker. I don't know if that answers your question. Some of it, it's like with anything else, it's just the mood. Okay, and I'm going to come back in, zoom in, zoom in. With pencil that has a little bit of green in it, just to play with that color. Now, Anne, just because you don't have markers doesn't mean you can't do this as beautifully, especially with the Prismacolors. So don't even think that, okay? And sometimes marker is just a faster way to get stuff done. Other times I will use marker to set my base color. Your hand is not very steady when using a marker or pen. Don't seem to have a problem coloring with pencil. Is it because that's something going on with your hand physically? Because marker is very, very straightforward and very smooth. I would encourage you, if you can physically do it, to get comfortable with markers. They're absolutely wonderful. Yeah, Wanda does not use markers, and she gets vibrant, deep colors out of her pencils. Exactly. So Anne says, I'll have to return the Prismacolors and get my own pencils before I use hers. All gone. Okay. Well, if you're interested in supporting the group, I've got Prismacolors in the affiliate list. Alright, so I'm going to go with pink on this little poofy thing on the hat. And I like to use markers for the background like this, for my base color, and then I'll go in, see with pencil. See how I'm doing that? To shade in. Okay, so I'm shading in the pink on this area here. And I'm going to go a little darker in a couple of areas. Zoom out. I'm just going to touch up this little feathery thing a little bit, the blending of the pink. Aren't you guys proud of me? I actually didn't get my paper towel into my wet ink when I added it. You know I always do that. Zoom out. Zoom out. There you go. All right, not completely done. I'm going to do a background, but not tonight. Oh, wait a minute. Hold on. I'm sorry. Give me a minute. Zoom in. Buttons will be done tomorrow, and background will be done tomorrow. Zoom out. I have something special in mind for the buttons. Anybody have any particular questions or comments? Good night, Dorothy. Dorothy, watch the video. Pause it where you need to pause it for that skin. And I would like you guys who watch to get something that's got skin on it and play with it and post it. This is a teaching group and a learning group. So I don't want you guys feeling embarrassed about posting. I love those freckles. Aren't those freckles cute? I probably should have put a couple on his face. I've got to put some blush on his face, so I'll do that tomorrow too. I think we're in pretty good shape. Guys, please share this to your timeline. Please tell your friends, even if your friends don't color, invite them into the group to watch and laugh and learn and just have a good time. Okay? All right, guys. I love you. I mean that. Joyous, joyous coloring, guys. Welcome again, Anne. Glad you could make it. Please share this. Joyous, joyous, joyous coloring. You know, I always tell you that. And guys, be kind to each other, okay? This is ILene Vick for Teaching Adult Coloring with ILene Vick. I hope you had fun. I hope you learned. And I hope to see you tomorrow night. Bye.